Kind of reacting to stuff.
I've been doing this for 20 minutes and she's still not done.
Well, just tell her to do other cat stuff. Hey, Beemo. Beemo's your good kitty. Yo, check it. Donate to others. Watch this. The whole video is super interesting. I recommend watching all of it, but check out the attitude of the Palestinians. So much for innocence.
Miserable life that they have had. Have a look at the next generation of Palestinians.
Yeah, we can watch a bit of this.
I can understand why the Palestinians hate us Israelis so much. It is not because we stole their land. Until they started a war against us in 1947, not 1 square inch of Arab land was stolen by the Jews. After the war, some Arab land passed into Jewish hands. But that is what happens when you decide to start a war. You might lose. They don't hate us because of the occupation, since they hated us before the establishment of Israel and continue to hate us after 2005, when Israel withdrew from Gaza. They might claim that they hate us because we have prevented them from having a state, but that can't be right, since they have had many opportunities to say yes to a Palestinian state. They hate us because hate is the only thing they are good at. They do hating really well, not only in Israel, by the way. Did you know that in the 90s, almost 500,000 Palestinians were kicked out of Kuwait for supporting Saddam Hussein? And they caused a lot of trouble in Jordan, so lots of them were kicked out of there as well. Palestinians murdered the Prime Minister of Jordan in 1971. After they shot him dead, one of the assassins went down on his knees, and I can't even say what he did. The Palestinians from Jordan made their way to Lebanon and brought chaos to the country. Lebanon had been the pearl of the Middle East. There was a large community of Arab Christians, and usually where you have Arab Christians in Arab Muslim countries, you have more prosperity. But once the Palestinians settled in Lebanon, the Christians up and left, and Lebanon started going downhill. If what I'm saying here is new to you, if you didn't know that the Palestinians caused a lot of trouble in Kuwait, Lebanon, and Jordan, then that is not your fault, really. The media doesn't like to talk about it. If Israel were to expel 500,000 Palestinians, the media would talk about nothing else for hundreds of years. But Kuwait expels 500,000 and the world is like, did we hear anything? Nope. A large part of the media wants to depict the Palestinians as victims, and them being troublemakers just doesn't fit the narrative. If you don't agree with what I say, please prove me wrong. If you can, give me the name of one Jewish settlement that was built on Arab land before 1947. Did Kuwait expel 500,000 Palestinians? Did a Palestinian assassinate the Prime Minister of Jordan and then licked up his blood from the floor? But please don't call me names just because you don't like what I say. I am a very sensitive guy, and I'm just getting started. So the Palestinians are very good at hating, and no, it is not because they are poor. They choose terror. They choose to hate. The Palestinians get more money per capita than any real refugees in the world, but they choose not to invest it in civil infrastructure and new technologies. No, they choose to build rockets and shoot at Israeli civilians and build tunnels, not to protect their civilians, but to protect Hamas terrorists. The Palestinians do actually have a choice. Sometimes it seems as if the world is forgetting that. And let me remind you that about 70% of the Palestinians in the West Bank support Hamas and support the killing of Jews. They hate the idea of a strong Jewish state, and they hate every value that we Israelis stand for. Israel is the world leader when it comes to innovation, startup, agriculture, and water management, from desalination to irrigation. There is probably some Israeli technology in the device you're holding in your hand. Can you think of any Palestinian innovation that have made the world a better place? Israel was the third national movement to give women the right to vote. We had a female prime minister 50 years ago. Last year, Gaza introduced a new law. Unmarried women are not allowed to leave the house without the permission of their male guardians. Israel is a democracy that has freedom of speech. I can stand here and say whatever I want about the Israeli government, which is a total failure. Just try to say anything against the Hamas government in Gaza. They hate us because we cherish life and they cherish death. Think shaheeds or martyrs and jihad. They say that about themselves. Hate is the only thing they have managed to do consistently. Maybe that's why they are so good at it. They also pass it on to their kids so that their kids can have the same miserable life that they have had. Have a look at the next generation of Palestinians. Think about it. When was the last time you saw Palestinian TV? Not what the BBC and CNN tell you about the Palestinians, but what they themselves say and see.
وانت يا زكريا شهر بس مهندس ليش بدك تصير مهندس؟ شرف رجلي او
معظم رياض الأطفال تابعة لأخواتنا في حركة المقاومة الإسلامية حماس. فعندما نجد أنه الأطفال منذ الصغر يتربين على هذه الثقافة. الله غايتنا في سبيل الله. فتنمى عند الأطفال منذ الطفولة حب الجهاد وحب لقاء الله وحب مقارعة الأعداء. كل هذا منذ الطفولة.
الناحية الثانية الله سبحانه وتعالى أخبر عنهم بأنه لعنهم الله وغضب عليهم وجعل منهم القردة والخنازير.
لماذا ينيبون أعدادا كبيرة من البنات والبنين؟ يعني كان الرد جميل، رد جميل. نحن ننجب هؤلاء بكثرة لندفعهم حتى للموت.
Jesus
الحمد
Christ.
لله رب العالمين. كل شباب الإسلام في قطاع غزة، كل شباب المسلمين في قطاع غزة يحبون الشهادة كما أعداؤنا الكلاب الكفار اليهود يحبون الحياة. نحن على هذا الدرب، نسأل الله تعالى أن نكون على هذا الدرب، ونسأل الله العلي العظيم أن يكون الملتقى.
ثم أنا الشهادة وسام شرف لأهل الشهيد في الدنيا غير مقام في الآخرة.
Yeah, these people are pieces of shit.
نعتبر إحنا وسام شرف لأهله في الدنيا.
وانا كل صلاه ان انا وابوك واخواتك بنات واولاد كلكم تكونوا شهداء في سبيل الله. لما تجينا المنيه نكون كلنا شهداء في سبيل الله. وانا طبعا بفتخر في محمد، بفتخر الحمد لله. يعني انا الحمد لله اولادي كلهم متدينين وكويسين
ما شاء الله.
وانا الحمد لله والله اولادي وكلهم كلهم يستشهدوا في سبيل الله. انا بكون مبسوطه. يعني انا
Yeah, it's so funny. They literally want their children to die. And then they fucking do these, like, PR campaigns saying, oh, look, the fucking Jews are killing all our kids. And then they're like, on these news stations, oh, yeah, I hope all our kids die. Like, holy fuck, bro.
الحمد لله هذا الطريق بحبه.
وكنا بنتمنى الشهادة وكنا إن شاء الله في سبيل الله. لو قتلونا كلنا مش حنبطل ضرب صواريخ ولا حنبطل مقاومة جهاد.
دم الشهيد أحب شيء إلى الله. الشهيد له دار لا يوجد أحسن منها. الشهداء هم أول من يدخلوا الجنة. الشهداء لا يسعقون في نفخة الصور. لا يجب دم الشهيد حتى يرى الحور العين.
كلها لازم ينجموا على اليهود ما يخلوش ولا يهود في فلسطين.
عمليات الدعس، عمليات الطعن والاشتباك المسلح في المخيمات.
إيش أكيد هدول العمليات تحت ترفع الرأس ولفلسطين. العمليات هاي تحت الدعس والسكاكين هاي إيش بيرفع الرأس لفلسطين.
كنا نسأل يطلع لما تقتل بعض منكم كي يرينا كما أنتم خبيثون، من تحت الأرض نخرج إليكم ندق الرعب في قلوبكم ومن فوق الأرض بصواريخنا نقطعكم أشلاء.
شاء الله قريبا سنحملهم على أكتافنا لنلقي بهم إلى حفر هتلر الذي أراد أن يحرقهم.
Did I already say that about 70% of the Palestinians support what you just saw? I don't think for 1 second that the Palestinians support the Western fantasy of diversity and inclusivity. Please give this video a like and share it on...
Yeah, based. I like this guy's channel. Yeah, that is so fucking messed up, dude. Holy crap. What a shitty society.
Of a bitch threatened my wife and my son about a year and a half ago. He put on Facebook that he would take my family out as revenge for whatever.
Yes, the religion of peace.
Yes, more like the religion of pieces, since they like to blow themselves up to kill Jews. Thanks for the donation, though. I want dick in my ass.
He's threatened to kill Callie Muscle, Jerry Ward, etc. This list could fucking go on forever. He's committed armed robbery on video and then upload the footage online.
He's not a good person. Callie's not a good person. He's another thug. He's an animal. He either needs to be in a cage or in a hole in the ground. And his behavior... Well, you know what? Plenty of internet stuff's come to real life for me. Haven't you seen all the videos of me running people off with an AR from my home? Have you seen me keeping people's driver licenses at AR-15 point? Haven't you seen those videos? They're out there. All these brothers showing up at my house.
So the context for this is apparently some troll found out Blaha's address, posted something on like Craigslist or some shit, saying that there's a prostitute at his house, and this black guy came knocking on Blaha's door expecting to meet a woman of the night. And then Blaha answered the door, held him at gunpoint, and stole his ID. Hey, Prim Prim. You want to whack at stuff? You want to whack? How's my little Prim Prim? Prim Prim. What you doing there, little kitty? Got a little cat bite. Cat bite? You want to whack?
What are your thoughts on Vosh? Do you think he's an overall smart guy?
No. He is not smart. He's smarter than Steven Crowder, but that's not saying much. He's also a crazy person. Like, genuinely crazy. He's unironically an existential realist, so he believes anything that you believe is true on the basis of you believing it. And he was pressed on this, and somebody asked him, so if you believe the Holocaust never happened, that means the Holocaust never happened? He said yes. He was also asked, if you believe 2 + 2 = 5, does that mean 2 + 2 = 5? He said yes. So he has crazy, ridiculous, wacko beliefs. And he's not smart. The reason I know this is because he's being called out for jumping the gun on news stories. So like the hospital bombing in Gaza, he claimed Israel bombed a hospital for no reason and blew up the hospital. Turns out Israel did not blow up a hospital. It was a Hamas rocket that misfired and blew up in the hospital's parking lot. So he was called out on that. And then, rather than learning his lesson and you know, waiting until some more news and information comes out, he still does it. He still jumps the gun and makes, like, stupid assumptions. There was an attack in Iran that was committed by ISIS. Before ISIS took responsibility for it, he said Israel did it. Like, he's so stupid. Like, he just does the dumbest shit. So no, he's crazy and stupid.
How would you counter a claim from a pro-Palestinian that say that's not what they're saying when they're translating what they're speaking?
Yeah, tell them they're full of shit. So, I think you can use apps now that can translate things for you if it's spoken. You can use one of those translator apps, and you can also just find people who also speak Arabic.
How is my daddy this fine Jewish evening? Are you better today, my daddy?
Yes, I am doing much, much better today than I was yesterday. You know what's fucked up? I ended the stream last night and I ordered a pizza just because I was feeling kind of crappy. The fucking Uber driver stole my pizza. That's the third time. Uber keeps stealing my fucking pizzas. It's so annoying. But thanks for the donation, Char. So yeah, and you can also find Arabic-speaking people who can confirm that, yeah, that's what they're saying. So here's something to keep in mind whenever you argue with Muslims. They're liars. They're the most dishonest, cowardly liars you will ever fucking encounter. They will use any lie, no matter how fucking ridiculous and stupid. So when they say, oh, they're lying about the translation, they're not actually saying they want their children to die and commit martyrdom. They're lying. They're just totally full of shit. In all likelihood, these translations you're seeing are accurate. They're being translated by people who speak fucking Arabic. And you can confirm either with other Arab-speaking people, or you can just use some sort of translator app. And you can confirm all of this is verified, but you can expect them to just lie. So anytime it's convenient for them to lie, they're going to do it. Thanks for the donation, though, Grey Knight.
What shit all this for? I don't hear about your money, just your fucking ID. Hey, man. Who the fuck sent you here? You're the sixth motherfucker I've done this to.
Hey, sorry.
Number 6.
Sorry. You hear me? I'm terribly sorry.
Where did you come from?
Huh?
Who sent you?
It was an ad.
An ad for what?
It was a female, man.
A female?
Yeah. No.
What, selling pussy, you're a prostitute?
No. I apologize. I won't be back. I'm serious.
All right, better get the fuck out of here. No, you got your ID on before you get the fuck out of here.
He's wandered a parking lot looking for trolls to kill.
The only reason Jason Blaha didn't go to jail for that, by the way, is because the guy refused to press charges. And the reason he refused to press charges is because he's married. So he was married and he was trying to hook up with a prostitute. If he were to press charges, his wife would have found out about it. So Blaha got really fucking lucky that time that that guy was married and didn't want to press charges against him. Otherwise, the police would have gotten him.
Take what? I'm taking footage right now.
Oh yeah, this video is great. So he made this video claiming a troll challenged him to a gunfight. And then he went over to this apartment, supposedly looking for this troll so he could shoot him. And it's hilarious. He obviously would never deliberately try to get into a gunfight with anybody. So this was all just fake and bullshit. He just made this video to make it seem, oh, I'm this fucking tough badass. I'll shoot anybody who fucks with me. He tried to, like, years ago, like, what, has it been like 2-3 years ago now? He was making a series of videos about me because his channel was, like, declining in views, so he thought he could get some easy views by talking about me. He was talking shit like, oh, I'm weak, I don't train, all this shit, so I challenged him to an MMA match. And then he did every fucking thing he could to weasel out of it. He claimed he needs $80,000 for the fight. So I actually started a GoFundMe as a joke because I knew he'd actually panic when I made the GoFundMe. He actually panicked and then made an extra stipulation saying, if anybody in the crowd during this MMA fight makes fun of him, he doesn't have to fight me anymore and he gets all the money. So he obviously had no intention of ever fighting me. Even if he got paid, oh no, was it 100,000 or was it 80,000? Might have been 100,000.
Honestly, whenever I get called a racist by Muslims when I mentioned that child marriage is permittable in their belief, I told my rather be racist than a child molesting prophet.
Yep. And it's not racist to hate Islam. Islam isn't a fucking race. So it's pretty ridiculous. Thanks for that donation, though, Will Mage. So I think it was like 100,000 actually. So even for $100,000, he was still afraid to fight me. That's how cowardly the guy is. So that's like, what, triple what he fucking earns in a year? Something like that. So he was still too afraid to fight me, even for like $100,000. Like, this guy is so remarkably cowardly, and here he is trying to pretend, oh yeah, I was gonna fucking find this guy and have a shootout with him. He said he was gonna shoot and kill me, so I was trying to find him, and I was gonna shoot and kill him and have a gunfight. Like, he's a massive pussy. He'd never do that. Untitled for Rabbit donated $2. The thing about Muslims in debates is they intentionally try to derail from the original point by using whataboutisms and being rude so they don't have to engage with the main point, like when you tried bringing up God not having a mind. Well, yeah. That's the type of technique that you see popular Muslim apologists use on YouTube. So Ali Dawa, Hamza's Den, what's his name? Muhammad Ajab. So all the popular online Muslim debaters, they always use derailment tactics so that you never end up actually debating the topic. I don't know what normie Muslims do. I think in general they just tend to lie and say, oh, that's not true, that's made up. They just lie, like whenever you bring up something in Islam, like, you know, Prophet Muhammad's a child rapist, they'll say, oh no, Aisha was like of age, or if you bring up the fact that he murdered innocent people, he never killed anybody. Like, I've dealt with that shit before, but yeah, the popular Muslim apologists online, they just use derailment tactics. Thanks for the donation, Untitled for Rabbit.
Live video.
Where's this fucking pussy?
Come on, dude. I don't think we're gonna find our puss. I say we squeeze the people we already know. Fuck it.
Said that he would be right here in 20 minutes.
Right
Here
here.
I am. See, that was the camera angle. Nowhere to be seen.
Maybe they're parked over here, but
I didn't even come out with a rifle. Look, I don't have a rifle. All I have is a pistol. Where's this fucking pussy? What's he fucking
Here,
scared of? He's got a pistol. He's got a pistol. He showed it. That's all I got. I got a pistol, and I didn't put my armor back on. I didn't put a rifle on. Pussy ass talkers. Dude, every one of these people who talk shit about me on the internet are pussy as fuck, and they're not real. They're not real. I came out here when the dude said he would be here, ready to blow his fucking brains out. Blow his motherfucking brains out, legally, because he's stalking. I wouldn't do a day in jail for it.
This is very disturbing, especially for someone who owns weapons. He recently pulled out his Glock on a live stream.
9mm and 45 both. I own handguns in both. Usually for carry, I like 9mm, but just around the house, I prefer 45 for just the ones I have around. This is 45 Federal HST in it.
How he hasn't had his gun seized, I have no fucking clue, to be honest. In my opinion...
Yeah, it's actually pretty bizarre, especially since he has a woman living in his house that is being charged with murder. It's pretty weird.
He's a danger to himself and others. Also, his roommate is currently awaiting trial for murder. Once again, how the fuck are there
VG, why did you say all Muslims should die? Why did you say all Palestinians are savages? Why did you say that all Muslims are retarded? Why did you say Adolf Hitler should have exterminated Muslims instead? Why do you hate Palestinians? Why? Why?
I don't recall ever saying those things, but thanks for the donation, I'm Dagra.
firearms where they're living? I'm fucking flabbergasted about this. He's called for members of Congress and their entire family lines to be executed.
So I think in the future, when you have a group in Congress and the Senate who can't come up with a balanced budget, they can't balance the budget, we should automatically, we as the taxpayers need to vote this in, they should automatically all be executed. All their families executed as a form of revolution. Since they can't budget our money correctly, and they can't come up with a budget, or any year in which they do not balance the budget, in which we're already 20 trillion in debt, we can't borrow any more money. That's it. If they want to borrow a single penny to pay for anything, if they can't balance the budget, if they go over it by 1 penny, execute all of their offspring, all their children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, wipe their entire family line out as punishment. You do that one time, and then we hold emergency.
If they can't balance the budget, he wanted them to be executed. I'm pretty sure this is a fucking crime, and I don't know how the fuck he's gotten away with all this. Alright, gun safety. He's given absolutely fucking stupid gun safety advice.
A lot of people would say, but Jason, you're supposed to always assume a firearm is loaded, and I'm going to say to you that no, that is not true. That is what you
That is so retarded.
Tell small children who you're first teaching how
You should always treat a gun as if it's loaded.
to shoot, and complete noobs who've never picked up a weapon.
He doesn't know the basic principles around handling a weapon, such as treat every gun as if it was loaded. Don't wave around a loaded gun in an apartment complex, you dickhead. Anyone with even perfunctory knowledge of firearms should know better than to do this. But he wanted to open a tactical school. He said that children weren't strong enough to rack an AR-15.
More nonsense from him.
How was a child not strong enough to rack an AR-15? That's so stupid.
You know, he's gone back to Texas. He's got his hands on some weapons, you know, because you have the Second Amendment. And,
That's crazy. I've never heard of anything so stupid. Racking an AR-15 is very easy. Any child could do it. So he's literally saying you can leave an AR-15 out with just the magazine loaded, and it's safe for a child to fucking handle because they can't rack it? That is fucking nuts.
you know, it's just crazy that someone like this could get their hands on this sort of weaponry. You know, and this is an interesting video I found. This is examples of veterans with bad habits as civilians. No magazine in a rifle indoors, right? So this is actually Blaha, who's never been a sharpshooter at 1,000 yards and all that bull crap that he made up. Never been a mercenary. Yeah, he later confessed he was just trolling. Yeah, never been a mercenary, never in the powder wars, never did a snatch and grab. Yeah, but this lunatic has managed to get himself some weapons. And it's obvious to anyone who's watched even a few firearms channels that this guy doesn't know what he's doing. Yep, it's obvious. But he, in this video, proceeds, his own video by the looks of things, yeah, his own video, proceeds to tell veterans.
On some real shit, I have heard you say that Palestinians are savages. I think the chat will back me up on that one. Defend that statement, you big-brained, handsome, hunged, broccoli-brained boy.
Don't recall saying that. I might have watched a video where, like, Hamas was doing something and I called them savages. But don't recall calling all Palestinians savages. Thanks for the donation, though, I'm Niagara.
Someone stole your pizza, bro. Man, that is so lame. Did you get a refund?
Yeah, the order was refunded. It was so fucked up. Like, on the Uber app, you can see the driver, like, where he's going. Right, like, he didn't turn onto the fucking street he was supposed to turn on. He just kept going, and I assumed, oh, he must have, like, just forgot to make the turn. Then I saw him pull into some, like, side street in the opposite direction. Then he parked there for, like, 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, this guy's eating my pizza. So I message him, and I ask him, why are you parked and not going to my address? And then he said, like, oh, yeah, I'm here. And then I said, no, you're not. I see you've been parked here for 5 minutes. Then he fucking refunded the order. He said he pressed on the app, order canceled. So he fucking just took my pizza and ate it. Like, he's such a dickhead. That's the third time that's happened. All the fucking time on Uber. They keep stealing my fucking pizzas. Thanks for the donation though, Pizza Planet.
New vegan pizza spot you guys have to try in Hollywood. Forever Pie hooks you up with all the good pies. But first you gotta start with the appetizers. Let's start with these vegan spicy wings. It might be messy, but trust me, it's worth it. I mean, just look how meaty and juicy they look. But the mozzarella sticks, just look at this cheese pool. Tell me you don't wanna dunk that in marinara. But let's talk about pizza. If you have not tried the new Beyond Pepperoni, oh,
I don't really like the Beyond Pepperoni. I've had it. It's okay, but it's not amazing.
my gosh, prepare to have your mind blown because it is amazing, and so is the pizza and cheeseburger. I'm not gonna.
I can't remember. I think it's Gustav. Yeah, the brand Gustav. They actually make the best pepperoni. It doesn't come in slices. You have to slice it yourself, but their fucking pepperoni is freaking amazing.
I was hesitant because I was like, this is kind of weird, but it works. It actually tastes like a cheeseburger. But let's talk about the new kid on the block. This one didn't even have a name yet. It's a 2 vegan cheese bun with mushrooms, truffle oil, and
yeah, I fucking hate cheese. If I were to go here, I'd have to order without cheese.
roasted garlic. This was the bomb, 10 out of 10. I love the vegan parm. I love the ooey gooiness of everything, the flavors, that marinara. You will dunk your crust in there. And let's not forget dessert.
Oh damn, that looks good.
An oat drumstick that they make in-house. That chocolate is to die for. It takes you to your childhood. I mean, just there's a
Yeah, that looks cool. Yeah, California has a lot of good shit. Thanks for the donation, Pizza Planet.
Your Uber driver was black, I assume, correct?
No, I think he was Indian. Pretty sure he was Indian. Thanks for the donation, Char.
Insurance and military personnel that they are wrong and he is right. Yep. So someone contacted him who was an ex-vet, and they said you shouldn't have a loaded weapon or a magazine in your rifle around people indoors. Yeah. If you're in a building, you shouldn't have it, ready to kill someone. You shouldn't have this thing loaded up, ready to go. Yep. It's a safety thing. But he, in this video, tells him, after he said he banned him, because that's what he does, anyone disagreeing with him and telling him the truth and correcting him on his mistakes, he will ban them. Yeah. So after he banned him, he then thought about it and he says he doesn't know how to unban him, but he goes on to tell military personnel that he knows better than them. Yeah. Listen to this.
Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Today I want to talk about something that I think is kind of...
Rate this 35 seconds instrumental.
That sounds familiar. I don't know, it's okay, I guess. Thanks for that donation, Tom.
using is something I hadn't thought of. Probably needs to be addressed, and I apologize I banned a guy for it, because basically when people get in an argument with me and make stupid arguments with me, I tend to ban them and not think about it, and I don't really know how to unban people, but it was a veteran who came in and told me that I should not have a magazine in my weapon inside the building. And then they were in the military, that's not how they did it. And guys,
It's fine to have a gun loaded for self-defense. The issue is, if you're going to be handling a gun inside for no particular reason, it shouldn't be loaded.
this is stuff that people need to step back and think. Because people follow orders and traditions and things they learn in their life without thinking through whether it's a good idea or smart or not, or why that thing originated. It is a great idea inside of a military base around a bunch of guys who might be trigger happy, young bucks who've just come out of basic and they're gung-ho and everything, to not have magazines in their weapons sometimes. Why? Because they're not going to be attacked in the base. There's no situation in the base where you're only going to have 10 or 15.
So he's saying young guys who've just come out of basic training, who are trigger happy and, they're a risk. But someone like Blaha with years of experience, fantasy experience, knows better. He's not a risk.
Seconds to get a weapon ready or less. It's realistically going to happen inside of a military base. You have guards, whether it's stateside or abroad. You have scouts, guards, armed guards all around the perimeter. You're further inside. You're going to have time to get a magazine in your weapon if you need it. When you are in your home, you're not always going to have time to get a magazine in your weapon. And also, because you're not trigger happy in your house all the time, you don't have dozens of guys. You might get in fights with each other occasionally to where you need that extra few seconds.
What does he think goes on in a military base? He's saying there's armed guards, there's sentries, and there are guys in there who might get into fights with each other. What films has he been watching? He's never been in a military base in his life. He's just seen it in a video. What a loser.
Seconds to cool off before they put a magazine in a weapon. You don't have the same sort of risk. And people who are intelligent, a rifle like this, I don't keep this rifle chambered. You put a magazine in there, this weapon is perfectly safe. It can't do anything. If you know this, I can even tell it's not chambered. It won't go on safe. You pull this trigger all day long, nothing's going to happen. This weapon isn't loaded. It has a magazine, you have to load it. Odds are your little child can't grab this AR-15 and do this. They can't do that to get one in the chamber. They're not going to.
A child can't do that, apparently, because Blaha knows best.
How to do it, they're not going to be strong enough to do it. Most of the time, the child, this is a perfectly safe weapon.
Oh, okay, the idea that a child wouldn't know how to do it, that's especially retarded given how many kids play Call of Duty and watch firearms content online. I mean, what's the name of the channel? Something Ranch? Demolition Ranch. Demolition Ranch is literally a children's channel. If you watch his content, it's a children's channel. Like, the way he talks, the way he acts, the type of videos he makes,
I don't think we're shooting that.
like, only children would really be interested in most of this. So, you're gonna have kids watching this sort of content that are like 4, 5, 6 years old, realistically, that are into guns. And they're going to know how to use a fucking AR-15. And I mean, you don't even have to be very smart. Like a kid, even if without knowing how to use a gun, they're going to try to like press things, move things around. Oh, this moves out. And they're going to fucking like figure it out eventually.
So he's saying you could leave this weapon with a magazine of live rounds in just on the sofa there. And a young child, maybe a teenager, 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 12-year-old, they couldn't pick that up, pull back the chamber here, the loading mechanism, and fire it. So this is perfectly safe to leave with a magazine in, with live rounds in it, perfectly safe around children. 10-year-olds who would pick that up.
Yeah, so apparently, according to Blaha, a kid is not strong enough to rack an AR-15. There's literally like 6-year-olds doing Olympic lifting. So this kid's 7 years old and is doing Olympic lifting. And that is 5 kilos each side. Don't know how much the bar weighs. I don't think that's a standard Olympic bar. So, like, this is a 7-year-old child. The idea that a kid that age can't rack an AR-15 is just fucking retarded.
Who would pull that back? And who would probably kill someone accidentally? Because this idiot left a gun, an assault rifle, with a magazine full of live rounds on a sofa, perhaps, with children around. This is Jason Blaha.
Yeah, seriously retarded.
I'm gonna have to do it.
This is just so stupid, it makes my fucking head hurt. Then he deleted the comments of veterans telling them that he's wrong on this. He's also laughed at people who've accidentally shot themselves, saying it's karma, Darwinism. He wished that the one cop that shot themselves didn't just injure themselves, that he took it further.
If they accidentally shoot themselves, the world hasn't lost anything too big. And in the case of this guy, since he feels most people shouldn't own firearms, well, that would be the same thing. Unfortunately, though, he survived.
This video is still fucking up, by the way. Thank God he was exposed as the fucking fake merc. Can you imagine this dipshit giving firearms and tactical advice? As a side note, he recently just laughed about his stepmom dying.
Well, I probably need to wind this vlog down. I had to pause it in the middle of recording. I just got some interesting family news. So again, I probably won't be able to think about this vlog a whole lot more. It's not necessarily bad stuff, but again, interesting. So I won't be able to make any more videos today. I'm in my mind on other things.
Fitness advice. Plain and simple, Jason just gives terrible fucking fitness advice. He doesn't grasp the basic principles of lifting. He's pretty much flip-flopped on everything. He's tried every fad diet at this point. He's tried keto for a week, then a few days later he's espousing the benefits of a high-carb diet. He's lifted the same amount for a decade now in competition. This is all while training as his full-time job, while being on steroids for a decade. I mean, to me this speaks for its fucking self.
Only a failure abandons his principles and pride. Do you actually think I'd let you stop me?
Hypocrisy and lies. Jason is a pathological liar. Some of his most notable lies are as follows. Ate 13 large Domino's pizzas in an eating contest.
A lot of reverse grip bench pressing. It really brought my triceps up a lot. And I used to do 500 pounds on that lift.
He's incapable with steroids of benching 405, and he's claiming he can reverse grip 500. Like, oh my god, dude.
100-pound reverse bench press.
475 pounds for a double. I could squat 585 for a triple without black belts and 2 different styles of martial arts with it.
2 black belts, having reptilian blood, being a teenage Illuminati assassin, being a mercenary, running marathons, having
shit. I did a couple marathons, yeah.
You have medals for it?
Nope. Doing a marathon makes you a distance runner, but it doesn't make you a good distance runner.
But Jason, like, all right, my mom has done a few marathons. She has medals just for finishing, and she's slow as shit. Right. So, where's your medals at?
I don't have any medals.
Having over a dozen threesomes. Trust me, this list could fucking go on forever. As mentioned, Jason is a pathological liar, and to this day, he just won't stop fucking lying. If this doesn't make him untrustworthy, then I don't know what does.
Fucking little snake. Absolute little snake. Little devious. Still lying. Still snaking around. Snake like rat snake. Oh my god, this guy infuriates me.
He's also been a hypocrite and flip-flopped on virtually everything. At one point, and this is all according to him, he was a liberal vegan who was a Greenpeace member.
I am a vegetarian who is mostly vegan. I am against eating meat.
React Blackie, donate $2. React. Let me see.
Come, Vegeta! Come! You're one stroke away! Yes, you're right on the verge of climax! Come, Vegeta! Come! Come, Vegeta!
He's etching him!
Yes, that's it, Vegeta! Come!
I refuse!
What?
Your interest in my nut. It means nothing to me. Kakarot is my only objective.
That's amazing.
Based. Thanks for the donation, React Blackie.
Ethically, and because I'm a member of Greenpeace, which a lot of my subscribers actually know.
But then a few years later, he's a super right-wing, badass, meat-eating Texan. In one post, he said he wouldn't celebrate Osama bin Laden's death. Then a few years later, he's calling for the genocide of all Muslims. He's jumped from one polar extreme to another throughout his life. In my opinion, he has no core convictions. He only cares about himself. He will change his views if he thinks it will benefit him.
And when he saw me sick in bed, he came to visit me, and keep in mind, he didn't help me out. This is not someone who gave me money. My father's worth millions. He didn't give me a penny. He looked at me when I was sick and told me, basically.
So I learned the lead singer of the heavy metal band Disturbed is Jewish and standing proud with Israel. Let's celebrate by singing this song. Down with the sickness. Type into YouTube for me Plaza.
I don't know if I can get away with singing that song without getting a copyright issue, but I can try. Is this gonna fucking load? Restricted photo is not available in my country. All right, well, that's a shame. I will try singing for you, though, sir. Thanks for the donation, Bendover. Drowning deep in my sea of loathing, broken your servant I kneel. Will you give it to me? Seems what's left of my human side is slowly changing in me. Will you give it to me? Looking at my own reflection, when suddenly it changes, violently it changes. Oh no, there is no turning back now. You've woken up the demon in me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Your mother, get up, come down. Get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. I can see inside you the sickness is rising. Don't try to deny what you feel. Will you give it to me? It seems that all that was good has died and is decaying in me. Will you give it to me? It seems that you're having some trouble in dealing with these changes, living with these changes. Oh no, the world is a scary place now that you've woken up the demon in me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Your mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness is the gift that has been given to me. And when I dream, and when I dream, and when I dream, And when I dream, no mommy, don't do it again, don't do it again. I'll be a good boy, I'll be a good boy, I promise. No mommy, don't hit me, ow. Why did you have to hit me like that, mommy? Don't do it, you're hurting me, ow. Why did you have to be such a bitch? Why don't you just fuck off and die? Why can't you just fuck off and die? Why can't you just leave me here and die? Never stick your hand in my face again, bitch, fuck you. I don't need this shit, you stupid, sadistic, abusive fucking whore. Would you like to see how it feels, mommy? Here it comes, get ready to die. Oh, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let it flow into me. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Your mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Madness has now come over me. There you go. Hope you enjoyed that. I think I sung it better than the original.
Basically, that I needed to warrior the fuck up and pull myself up by the goddamn bootstraps.
Jesus, his teeth are so fucked. Doesn't this, like, he literally looks like a character that you'd see out of, like, a Spawn comic. Kind of reminds me of Clown Tube, like when he's in his human form.
Claimed disabilities. Jason has claimed that he was debilitated by Meniere's disease and couldn't work because of it. However, according to his ex-wife, no doctor was able ever to find anything wrong with him. According to her, he just sat around all day and played World of Warcraft. She was working at the time and he wouldn't even do the dishes. While claiming these same disability benefits, he was powerlifting in the UK.
I have no sense of balance medically. So I'm not supposed to be able to walk in a straight line, but I'm not supposed to be walking without a cane. I'm not supposed to be standing without a cane.
His girlfriend disputes this and says, I bought it at the medical supply store, no prescription. He asked specifically for that kind of cane. He wanted a pimp cane.
Doesn't seem like the two add up, huh?
Oh my god, Blaha is so fucking just pathetic.
What if he had a vertigo attack or something while he was squatting? He also says he has a congenital heart condition that runs in his family.
I made a video telling you guys I was probably not going to compete in powerlifting again due to a possible medical issue, the same thing that killed my mother. I didn't go into all the details, but there's a heart issue there, and it turns out my sister and I both have the gene for that same heart issue that killed my mother at age 48. And accordingly, having looked into it, I've been advised medically that I need to avoid things like really high rep squats and possibly really high rep deadlifts. I can do a lot of higher rep upper body work, but those things I need to avoid maxes, which I do, and I need to avoid the really high rep fatiguing ones that push me to the limit. I'm also avoiding HIIT cardio.
Says he has to avoid high reps on lower body movements.
He's just fucking lazy.
And has to avoid 1 rep maxes. Then a few years later, every other workout seems like it's 1 rep max. Claims he has a 147 IQ but can't spell properly. He also claimed his dad has an IQ of 180, by the way. Claimed that he has some sort of spelling/learning disorder. Said he made straight A's throughout college, but he has no degree to show for it. In my opinion, he was most likely kicked out of college for plagiarism in the first semester. Claimed to have multiple personalities.
He never went to college. He only graduated high school, but he never went to college. Never even attempted.
Disorder. This one I actually believe, to be honest.
I'm positive. I have not had any episodes of dissociative fugue in about 6 weeks.
No mention of it is late though. Also, hashtag not bald guys. Claims that he has undulating hearing. In all honesty, gang, I think I've collected around 20 things that he's claimed. Some of them may be true, others might not be. Really, it's impossible to know with him because he's just such a fucking liar. He contradicts himself on many of these. There's an entire video discussing his quote-unquote Meniere's disease. Apparently, it's impossible to prove whether or not somebody has this with medical tests, thus meaning that you have to take people at their word for it with self-reporting their symptoms. This is my understanding about it, at least. Ergo, making it a go-to for people who wish to commit disability fraud. We can't definitively prove this one way or the other. However, in my opinion, his actions don't match him actually having this disease, which is fucked up because there are people that actually suffer from from this disease. Looking at everything that we know about Blaha, I think that it was likely for him to make this disease up as a way to get disability benefit. However, like I said, we don't know this for sure. I'll let you make up your own minds about this. Projection. Jason is known for projecting his own actions and misdeeds onto other people. I think there is evidence of this with the whole pedophilia thing. He constantly likes to call other people gay. This is while he's made many posts that, well, could be considered well within this realm. Disclaimer, there's obviously nothing wrong with being gay. I'm merely pointing out the projection and hypocrisy here. Jason likes to hurl homophobic slurs at other people. I'm not going into his specifics on his actions, by the way. Check out episode 21 and 22, the fake Merc life lessons, if you want to see more. There are other videos about this which detail.
In 2011 he wrote, "My sister and I lost a ball to these mean old people whose backyard was opposite our..."
Hello VG, what's up bro? Take this donation my friend. Here in Italy it's snowing. I will make a video about you on my YouTube. I will share it to you when it's ready. Have a nice day VG.
Well, thank you, Bosvin. I didn't know it snowed in Italy. That kind of sucks. I only like warm weather, dude. Cold is just fucking horseshit. Especially when it snows. But thanks for the donation, Bosvin. Appreciate it.
The old man popped our beach ball from the pool. 2 weeks later we found a dead stiff squirrel on the ground, loaded it into their mailbox. After the mail came with a foam cushion behind it, we then sat in the bushes at the next house over, watching and waiting. When he opened the mailbox to check it, the dead squirrel shot out and hit him in the neck, and fell down his shirt. He fell over yelling and clutching his chest. Fortunately, it wasn't a heart attack, we found out later. We ran off squealing with laughter. Oh, sweet revenge. I find this post ironic because just recently he claimed that people were mailing dead animals to him, sending him all kinds of nasty stuff in the mail, according to him. Maybe he just made it up because it's something he used to do himself. But I think probably it's a made-up story, as always. But this shows his kind of mindset, that he thinks it's funny to send dead animals to people in the mail. And so when he claimed that people are harassing him, physically, he also claimed that there was a bomb threat to his house, and he said people are sending dead animals to him, but he never showed it in any video, so it's very likely he simply makes it all up.
Tail this. Another piece of fascinating projection that I find. He talks about putting dead animals in people's mailboxes on forums. Then he says that somebody else did this to him. I've yet to see any evidence of this actually happening to him. Once again, the projection list could go on forever. Anyone that knows Blaha knows that this is germane to his personality. Alright, let's start to wrap this up. This is not an all-encompassing list by any means. Once again, this person has been disowned by their family. This was well before he was on YouTube and the whole fake Merc saga. There's a whole lot more that I could have mentioned that I didn't. This is for several reasons. First being that I don't have evidence to support all of these claims, or that the evidence hasn't been made public yet. Trust me, there's a lot more hiding underneath the surface with him. There's also the question of time. Myself and NH have made 20-something episodes about the fake Merc piece, which are both obviously about fictional characters, right guys? BKVDM has made even more on him than either of us have. Shadowman has dozens of videos on him as well. I can't find most of Shadowman's videos, but I'd love to see his older work on him. Deep Purple has uncovered a lot about him and has plenty material on Jason. Vegan Games has done his own series on him. Elgin used to roast him in his Gym Idiot series videos. By the way, Elgin, I hold you responsible for this. If it wasn't for your videos, I never would have heard about Blaha. Exposed TV did a lot of great videos on him as well. Believe it or not, there's a lot fucking more. This rabbit hole goes so fucking deep, it's incomprehensible. The purpose of this video is to educate people on this person. It's not meant to harass or make fun of him. Disclaimer, don't go harass him or other people. I will keep on exposing this individual as I see him as a danger to himself and others. Jason's behavior has gotten more bizarre lately. He still has firearms, he has another dog, and he lives with somebody that's accused of murder. He's a ticking time bomb in my opinion. The fact that he's still on this fucking platform baffles me. I don't want to see innocent people fall victim to him. This video is meant as a one-stop shop for the worst of Blaha's behavior. It's an iceberg video of sorts. Alright gang, thank you to everybody for the support. Thanks to the other creators, thanks to the members of the movement, thanks to my subs and the people that watch this video. Alright.
That was a good video. That was pretty hilarious.
Disturbed is for little girls. Here's some much better metal. The band name sounds like your favorite activity and the lyrics are about animal suffering. Please sing bro, lyrics are in the description.
Alright, I can try. Thanks for the donation, Alex. Appreciate it.
Cause pain and suffering in an attempt to alleviate pain and suffering for another species. That's speciesism, and it's directly analogous to sexism and racism and ageism and the other kinds of social inequities that we deal with today.
No solid foundation for the suffering we inflict on less pain. A sacrifice for profit, fulfilling the quota, nothing's gained. You announce the role that animals play, why do they die? Selfish lust imprisoned by your vanity, cleansed with guilt. In these tests, the subjects always fail. Needlessly, they die. Images of pain squeeze through your narrow mind. What does the human race gain? Alright, sick. Thanks for the donation, Alex. Appreciate it.
Take care, guys.
Oh, and they have t-shirts on that says, "Baby, don't hurt me."
What is love?
Hey folks, Dr. Mike here for Renaissance Periodization. I am a professor of sport and exercise science at Lehman College. I'm also the co-founder of RP and the co-creator of the RP Hypertrophy app. I think I'm a little bit qualified to talk about people who train, but there's levels to this. And on the upper tier super crust level is Mr. Mike O'Hearn, also known as Mr. Mike O'Tren. I don't really know why that would be the case, but Mr. Mike O'Hearn claims to be drug-free. We'll see if I have anything later to say about that. But I think he's like 1,000 years old and looks the same as when he did in the 80s, which to me makes no damn sense. So I want to know, what is this elixir?
Yeah, Mike O'Hearn's really old. I think he's like 50-something. Yeah, he's 54. I think he's starting to kind of get smaller and shit, and he's on less drugs right now. But yeah, he looks really good for 54.
Of life he's drinking or injecting. What is this fountain of youth he's bathing in? Is it his exercise choice and technique? Let's find out.
At this stage of my life and career,
the vampire stage? Motherfucker like 90 years old. Get out of here.
I've been doing movies, and so...
An actor. Scott, have you seen Mike O'Hearn in any movies?
I sure haven't.
Maybe he was an extra or a backup guy or some jack dude in the back. You never can tell.
Mike O'Hearn's movies are fucking embarrassing. He does these like really small, low budget garbage fucking films that nobody watches.
The focus is to still give them that physique that won the universe, but then on top of that, give them that physique that still is healthy.
Healthy. Mike, you're a shade of red.
Yeah, he's literally red colored.
Healthy out here. Get out of here.
Oh shit.
And as I'm appealing to the masses, everything I do is so I can do this in 10 years.
Yo, I really want to hear the shit because, yeah, he's been around for a while and he doesn't really age.
Hi VG, please serenade us once more.
Alright, I will do my best. Thanks for the donation, Kloopster. Once there was this kid who got into an accident, couldn't come to school, but when he finally came back, his hair turned from black into bright white. He said that it was from when the cars had smashed him so hard. Once there was this girl who wouldn't go and change with the girls in the change room. But when they finally made her, they saw birthmarks all over her body. She couldn't quite explain it, they'd always just been there. But both the girl and boy were glad, 'cause one kid had it worse than that. 'Cause then there was this boy whose parents made him come directly home right after school. When they went to their church, they shook and lurched all over the church floor. He couldn't quite explain it, they'd always just gone there. Okay, that was a terrible song. Thanks for the donation though, Calypster.
Conventionally, or at all. So let's see if it has to do with his exercises. I love the fucking gladiator music for this shit. Motherfucker, you doing behind the neck pull downs of 70 pounds. Ain't nobody no gladiators around. Shit. Behind the neck pull downs are totally fine. As long as you're not experiencing really debilitating sharp pain in your shoulders or something like that, you're good to go. And it looks kind of scary, but if you work up to it over time, gradually, it can be a totally effective exercise. But it's a different thing than asking if it's a really good stimulus to fatigue ratio. For you, it may or may not be, but if Mike O'Hearn says it's good, well, then at least it was probably good in the 80s too, back when he was the same age. All right, the behind the neck pull downs were good. I think he did that kind of just to warm up and loosen the joints, which is totally cool. And now he's in what I assume is his first exercise. And that's what I call the double dildo rope. And this is just kind of another way of doing pull downs. I can tell you that you're probably not doing a lot of weight with regard to your ability if two things are in evidence for someone as experienced and strong as Mike O'Hearn. One, he is not in a bench that can push back against the load. He's not buckled in. So if I tried to do this with loads that are meaningful to me, I would just pull myself up halfway and pull the bar halfway, and I'll be like, oh, kind of stuck in the middle here. So I don't think he's using a lot of force here. It better be really high reps. That's the first thing that comes to mind. The second thing is, unless he has a very prodigious grip, that kind of grip right there is going to be your limiting factor 9 times out of 10 and not your muscle's ability to pull. So because he's not using VersaGrips, for example, or straps, worst case, I don't know if he's working very hard. Let's find out if we get any kind of reps closer to failure, just to ascertain if maybe he's pushing himself. I don't know maybe it was a warm-up. That's what I tell myself. It was a warm-up.
So this is one of those fun little exercises that I got from Francis Benefato.
Francis Benefato is a god, kind of the classic physique man. Look at his posing. Oh, beautiful. Now, if you're my biological son, IFB pro Jared Feather, you say like, yeah, whatever, like that's not impressive, I can do that. And that's like Jared says things like that all the time. I don't know if he's right, maybe.
We're doing Smith machines today.
Smith machines. I assume those are squats or presses. I have no idea. Let's find out.
We did do a warm-up on the incline prior to this, but we're not counting that.
Holy shit. Listen, legit is legit. A 405 warm-up, which looked pretty hard to me, is very impressive. I don't know if we would call it a warm-up, but nonetheless, nobody out there just doing 4 plates on incline. That's fucking dope. So mad respect for this kind of just natural strength that's just rare. Drug-free, truly drug-free, lifetime drug-free strength that very few people have. Mr. Mike O'Hearn is one of them.
I don't think I've ever seen a natural lifter bench 405 on the incline.
Machine, 2 things. Come here. We got these pins all set up at a location to where I cannot touch my chest.
Okay, yeah, this is just flat.
Dodo Tillers, it's astounding how many people who believe in God and they don't know anything about the Big Bang Theory. If you ask 99% of Christians if they think there's any evidence in support of Big Bang, they can't tell you it. They might say maybe, but won't know specifics. Well, same thing with evolution. They'll say the same, like, you'll get the same fucking answer about anything that's already being scientifically explained, or there's at least a good theory behind, and they'll say it's wrong and not have any, like, they just don't even understand what they're talking about. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Flat out a bad idea. Unless you have debilitating joint pain or are unable to touch your chest for that reason, not touching your chest at the bottom takes away that last few inches, when you know are critically important, of super tension under stretch. And when you stretch your pecs or any other muscle out under an incredible amount of load, which you have in your hands when you're Smith pressing, that actually conveys a hugely disproportionate amount of muscle growth versus like if you did the range from here to here or in the middle. That bottom big deep stretch is the most important. So delimiting that outside of injury concerns, or you have shoulders that are fucked up and can't go any lower, is just a really bad idea. It's the opposite of a good idea. But let's find out, maybe there's some rationalization here.
Almost like a floor bench.
Which the 4+ sucks. It's a fucking shitty exercise for hypertrophy. It's totally good for assistance in powerlifting moves, but I don't know if that's what he's doing.
I'm always safe, but today I got to be overly safe because I'm water depleted. So that's even tougher when you're training at this stage. Most people, which I agree with, don't train heavy that last week before the show.
Yes, Mike O'Hearn, most people are correct. Not a good idea to train water depleted heavy because your muscles are drier and they're literally more brittle and can tear more easily. So good idea to lighten up and hit some high reps in that last week. But let's see what he has to say about why he still goes heavy.
I'm on stage tomorrow.
Typically when you go on stage tomorrow, you do not train hard for the last several days before that. What's he on stage for anyway? Scott, does he compete in bodybuilding or some shit like that? Wasn't aware of this. In a natural federation, I'm sure. Yeah, so like,
slow. Good, up good. So you set up good, There's
Front squats are fucking stupid.
go. Down, slow. Take it down.
Yeah, I have no idea why the fuck he's getting somebody to do front squats off a box. That is retarded.
Yeah, so like front squats to a box are preposterous. That doesn't convert to Olympic weightlifting, which is one of the number 1 reasons you would use the front squat. So weightlifters don't do this. Also, the front squat allows you to stay very upright all the way down to the bottom and flare your knees out, which is the perfect invitation to actually go low. And again, when you go low and get a huge stretch on your glutes and on your quads, that's actually where you grow the most muscle. So by setting up the bench at the bottom, you're actually literally taking away the part of the range of motion that's the most hypertrophic, that conveys the most gains. But the good news is your dumb ass gets to sit on a fucking box like a pussy. Damn! Not have to go all the way down and take even more weight off the fucking bar. That's nice. You get to feel nice, which is important.
So the elbow is not really moving.
Yeah.
And because it's hammer curl, you're focused more on a strong wrist.
Really? Okay. I thought hammer curls were for all the other forearm flexors that were not your bicep, because by taking your bicep and putting it into insufficiency, you get the other muscles worked. What do I know? I just do this for a living. The wrist thing? I don't know. Is that I didn't think hammer curls were targeting the wrist specifically. But I would just kind of label this as the kind of fitness advice that just confuses people more than it helps them. Like, I swear to God, I'll have a guy on my Instagram tomorrow be like, Dr. Mike, I heard hammer curls are for the wrists. And I'm just going to be like, oh, yes, hold on a sec. That's it. Goodbye, Mike.
It's hammer curls. So it's got to be a strong, this is the portion we're working now.
That is not a wrist.
Chat, I heard you like country? Left arrow, right arrow, left arrow, right arrow, left arrow, right arrow.
Let me take a look. Oh, Primus. Alright, well thanks for the donation, Kloopster. We shall sing this for you. Just a minute. Dodo Donatellers, great economic news for Biden again today. Jobs numbers came out for December. 200,000 plus jobs created in December. Wage growth up. Everything outperforming expectations. Well, that is good. You know who does support RFK Jr. and would love to go to his concert? These Orlando Nazis. After he tweeted out 1,488, they got the message.
Here, he is also a white supremacist. RFK Jr. believes in a white America.
Why do you say RFK Jr. is a white supremacist?
Oh, and that's when he tweeted
A Nazi group is campaigning for DeSantis, and they literally have DeSantis along with Nazi flags.
Yep. He supports us.
He tweeted doing something.
He's stepping the line. That's what these politicians do, you know.
How to stand in support and solidarity with Israel. So Ron DeSantis currently is just doing smoke and mirrors with them to act as if he is truly a friend of the Jew, when in reality he's a friend of white America. The Jews have come to realize that Ron DeSantis isn't the guy they thought he was. They've come to understand that he is truly out for what is in the best interest of white America, because he knows that white America is the only way America can still sustain itself and prosper.
These are probably the worst advocates you could possibly ask for.
Do you talk?
No, well, he's a pussy. He didn't do anything he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
And if you vote for him again and he gets in, he's not going to do
No,
anything.
you like that.
He married all of his kids off to Jews.
Because he knows the system.
Yeah.
He knows that Jews have the power, so marry off your kids and keep that power.
He's another politician. He fucking jerks you off until you vote for him, and then he doesn't do shit for you.
We're Ron DeSantis supporters. We like Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, he actually does shit for us. He should shut down Disney World. It's run by kikes and pedophiles.
Do you remember
The
when
black
RFK
people might run you over 'cause
tweeted
they're
out
angry.
1488?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
Wow, they're also supporting RFK.
You heard it, right?
Oh, we believe it.
I heard him trying to signal to us we're his loyal followers.
Oh, yeah, we support him totally.
And RFK Jr.
Oh, and RFK?
We send that.
Yeah, makes you kind of wonder. Let's see, Dodo donates $2. Gas prices are way down. How are people still going out and saying gas prices are through the roof when they're clearly not? If you buy gas, they're not. Yeah, they've gone down. They're still a little high, but they've gone down. At least here in Canada, anyway. That got to be part of why Biden is unpopular, because there's a delay between people realizing the economy improved. Most people are, like, really politically unaware, too. So, I mean, a lot of people are just not going to be aware of, like, you know, the massive job growth, the improvement in, you know, inflation, shit like that. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. All right, let's sing this. Yeah, here comes Amos. Ha. Now, Amos Moses was a Cajun who lived by himself in a swamp. He hunted alligator for a living. He used to knock him in the head with a stump. Louisiana law is gonna get you, Amos. It ain't legal hunting an alligator. Down in the swamp, boy. Nobody ever blamed his old man for making him mean as a snake. When Amos Moses was a boy, his daddy would use him for alligator bait. Tie a rope around his waist and throw him in the swamp. Ha ha. The alligator man in the Louisiana Bayou, about 45 minutes southeast of Tahoe, Louisiana, lived a cat called Doc Millsap and his pretty wife, Hannah. Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his weight in groceries. Named him after a man of the cloth, called him Amos Moses. Yeah. Ha ha. Now, folks around South Louisiana said Amos was a hell of a man. He could trap the biggest, the meanest alligator, and he used one hand. That's all he got left because the alligator bit him. Ha. Left arm gone, clean up the elbow. Well, the sheriff got wind of Amos. Was in the swamp trapping alligator skinning. So he snuck in the swamp, gonna get you, boy, but he never come out again. Well, I wonder where the Louisiana sheriff went to. You could sure get lost in the Louisiana bayou. About 45 minutes southeast of Idaho, Louisiana, there lived a man called Doc Millsap and his pretty wife Hannah. Well, they raised up a son that could eat up his weight in groceries. Named him after a man of the cloth, called him Amos Moses. Sit him down, Amos, make it count, son. Get on him, boy. Here comes Amos. Yeah. Get down on him, boy, you son of a bitch. Alright, well, hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for the donation again, Gloopster.
So strengthen, got to come from the wrist. Strong, keep the elbow still. So this is the movement.
Trying to be nice. It's really hard. I would say that was a sequence of words that a GPT could say have all of the logical structure of a sentence, but upon examination actually make no sense at all. So a variety of false, poorly couched claims that are either not in evidence or do not follow. Yeah, it's great. Michael Hearn's exactly the kind of guy in the gym you would overhear saying some shit like that. You go, oh shit, it's all about the wrist. Write it down, try it, doesn't work. The next day you're not any closer to being Michael Hearn. Damn it, I need more tips. Dude, that guy's hair is sweet. And it's the ultimate California guy because he's got like a backwards hat on and a bunch of hair. He's like, free fucking surf lessons, bruh. It's like a really Venice Beach type of person. I don't know who that guy is, but he sure is living the dream. Hey, look, he's leg pressing wrong.
That is not nearly enough range of motion.
Okay, now, toes all the way in.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
The fuck is this?
Focus here. Bring these as close as you can. Back up.
Dude, that is retarded.
Hey, Mike, guess what? In theory, the part of the quad that actually receives the biggest stimulus when you point your toes in is the outside of the quad, not the inside. So you are finger banging his knee for no reason at all. It's actually the wrong cue. That being said, multiple lines of research have been conducted into whether or not foot positions make any kind of significant difference, at least in the first 12 to 16 weeks of a program, on which parts of your muscles grow. And the reality is that it's minimally detectable and often just not detectable. Does that mean you shouldn't do this? Well, no, you can, and you might get some tiny bit of growth in various parts of your quads than others. I will say you're almost always best served doing two things. One is doing the movements in a way that feel great, can let you load them a lot, and they'll train your overall quads, overall biceps, overall whatever you want, without having to do weird angles. Secondly, you gotta think about how things are affecting your joints and your probability of injury. If you get used to doing leg presses like this, they're totally fine, and you may feel quite good about how you do them. No chronic pain, nothing of that nature.
Dodo Tiller, someone need to make some Biden Sigma edits. Breaking, President Biden just dropped his first ad of 2024. Budding nuclear freedom is on the line. Retweet.
I've made the preservation of American democracy the central issue of my presidency. I believe in free and fair elections and the right to vote fairly and have your vote counted. There's something dangerous happening in America. There's an extremist movement that does not share the basic beliefs in our democracy. All of us are being asked right now, what will we do to maintain our democracy? History's watching. The world is watching. Most important, our children and grandchildren will hold us responsible. The Vice President and I have supported voting rights since day one of this administration, and I ask every American to join me in this cause. America is still a place of possibilities, where the power resides with we, the people. That's our soul. We are the United States of America. There is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. I'm Joe Biden.
Based. It's almost like President Biden is only responsible for gas prices when they're high. You're welcome, and you had nothing to do with it. Right now, the average driver in America is spending over $100 less than if gas prices had stayed at their peak. Okay. Yeah, really.
Trump exhausted every legal avenue available to him to overturn the election. Every one. But the legal path just took Trump back to the truth. That I'd won the election and he was a loser.
Oh, wait.
On this day, my role was as a Capitol Police officer. I'm Harry Dunn, and that meant putting aside who I am, a father, a Marylander, a Democrat, because I swore an oath to protect our Constitution, to protect our democracy. It's what allowed me to protect some members of Congress who I knew were bigots, who helped fan the flames that started all of this. I put country above self. The problem is, a lot of them didn't. Some of the same people who stood behind us when we protected them went back on the floor of Congress and stood behind Trump. They voted to acquit him. And worst of all, they denied the violence and trauma that led to the death of some of my fellow officers. I couldn't stand by and watch. I had another role to play. I used my voice to speak out, to get into good trouble. And a few weeks ago, I left the force after more than 15 years of service, so that today I can announce I'm running for Congress. We can't ever let this happen again. And you've heard it from Trump himself. He is every...
Cool, seems like he might be a good candidate. Thanks for the donation, Dodo.
However, there's a probability that if, well, you're learning this on the fly with 5 plates on each side, you point your toes that far in, your knees might not be too big of fans of that, and you could get hurt. So I would say anything you do that's radically different than the norm, start with very light weights, practice for a long time, slowly move up, and make sure it's rational and justified. For example, if...
Do the right thing in November. Vote for Donald J. Trump. If you don't, you're a gay. Bitchard faggot, I love you.
No. Thanks for the donation, though, jack me off.
With this method, he's able to get 10 repetitions. But with conventional toes out a little bit, he's able to get 20 repetitions. Is the marginal, theoretical, hypothetical effect on his outer quads really worthwhile to reduce your training volume and intensity so much? I think the answer is almost always no.
Yeah, please.
Which is why I think in most cases, small angles and tricks and tips and turn this, turn that to hit slightly different parts of the muscle are usually not worthwhile. Does that mean it's not worthwhile in this case? No, it could be worthwhile, but color me as skeptical as that man's hair is luscious and long and folks, here's how to belt squat improperly. You sit as far back as you can to take as much stress off your quads as possible and transfer it to your glutes. It's not a bad glute exercise in this case, but unfortunately it would be much better if you went deeper because it puts a bigger stress on the glutes and the quads. So the best way to do these belt squats is to stay as upright as you can specifically taking your knees and pushing them across and in front of your toes as far as possible, so long as your heels are still on the ground, and then descending all the way down super deep and ideally holding that bottom position. That bench that he's squatting to makes this a very partial movement, and it makes it marginally less effective for muscle growth. So this I would not recommend. That sucked.
Now again, this is going to, you can see this, all that tricep, all that muscle, and then strengthen the elbows again.
I don't know what to say about this. If Mike O'Hearn touched me like that on my arm, the prolonged scratch of the examination of another man, I would do one of two things. Get in his face, never fucking touch me like that again, or get in his face to see like, dude, you want to just make out? We could get out of here. We could do it here. I don't give a fuck. Also, when a tricep extension is being done, and it's quite clearly to anyone over the age of 6 that triceps must be involved, it's a bit strange to be pointing that out. Like, you see these triceps working, like, no shit, motherfucker. They work every time you do this in any capacity. Anytime you bend your elbow and you try to extend it, it's your triceps working. I don't know, he said some bullshit about like makes the elbow stronger. Sure, all lifting with bending the elbow will do that. This exercise is not particularly special. This exercise isn't great because as the dumbbells touch, it limits your ability to stretch your triceps further. I would like to see this gentleman do the exercise behind his shoulders to really put that crazy stretch on the triceps. It is practicing for college, as I like to call it. It's going to be a room full of frat boys sooner or later, and you might find yourself on your knees. And, well, frat boys need to be relieved, don't they? You have 2 hands, why not use
Like 10, is this not true that you start going faster instead of keeping the form the 1?
Yeah.
Now, Mike O'Hearn has a really big face. Like, his face is just large.
But it's partials, and it's about...
Look how large his face is. Isn't that a large face?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's for
the straining of the connective tissue.
What?
I don't fucking know.
Isn't all lifting about that?
See, Will Tennyson did that video with LeanBeefPatty. Let's
Today,
watch the thing.
LeanBeefPatty and I are entering a powerlifting meet, and we're the only ones competing. We're at SoCal Powerlifting, where we're going to be testing our squat, bench, and deadlift with real powerlifting rules and judges.
All right, Patty.
Yes.
Are you excited?
I guess.
Have you ever done a powerlifting meet before?
No. I don't powerlift either, so... And I haven't really strength trained in a few months,
The excuses are coming. They're coming.
Well,
So what we're going to do right now is we're going to guess each other's totals by the end of the video.
Oh, the total? I'm so bad at math.
That's why I have the calculator with us. I feel like this could be quite offensive, potentially.
Offensive?
Offensive, it could. Because I could super underestimate you. Or I could...
Probably not.
No. What's your best lift?
Bench?
Oh, that's rare.
Yeah, well, I have short arms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go. My arms. We're gonna reveal these at the end of the video. Yeah, I feel like you gave me like an absurd number.
I think I was trying to be realistic, but...
Why don't you be like realistic, about 500 pounds more than what I actually do? You had me at least breaking 1,000 pounds, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So it's time to warm up for the squat.
Okay.
Before each lift, we're giving ourselves 10 to 15 minutes to properly warm up.
We're backstage right now, about to get into our first attempt at the squats. We have our wonderful judges. We have a side judge, and we have the front judge. They have ping pong rackets with the white light and the red light. We got our spotters on either side, so this thing's getting pretty legit. And I'm going first.
Okay, good luck.
457 and a half. Any motivational
Yeah, you can see his little acorn.
speech?
You can do it.
I can do it.
What? Yeah, see his little acorn poking out? I've already done that.
White light? Yeah!
Good job.
Did that look good?
Yeah, it did.
It did? It didn't feel good.
It looked
Yeah.
really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whew. So what's your first attempt gonna be?
2.
Patty, Patty, Patty.
Kid Beer donated $2. Let me see. Nikki Haley flip-flop for a minute straight. This is what happens when you get in bed with BlackRock and the CCP. This woman is the Joe Biden of the right.
On if President Trump ran.
I'm Nikki Haley, and I'm running for president. I will not now, not ever, support raising the gas tax. Let's increase the gas tax by 10 cents over the next 3 years.
Every person on social media should be verified by their name. That's, first of all, it's a national security threat.
That I never said government should go and require anyone's
That's
name.
false. So I think China's been a really great friend of ours. Yes, I view China as an enemy. That
When the fuck did she get the idea that China's a friend of ours?
was not what I intended to say. I do not think we need to pull money from the UN.
The UN, the only thing is we would defund the UN as much as possible.
I would not run if President Trump.
Yeah, Nikki Haley's a bit of a fucking joke. Thanks for the donation, Kid Boo.
Let's go, come on.
Woo! Oh, yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Do you feel confident in the next jump?
Oh, yeah.
What are you thinking?
What was that?
That was 242 and a half.
Damn.
Are you gonna go for 280?
Probably not.
You have to.
That was a long time ago. That
But I
was
think
when
today's
my
your time.
legs were a little beefier.
You just gotta believe.
Yeah.
I don't think you yeah. Attempt number 2, 480 pounds. I feel just as nervous as my actual meet right now. How did that feel easier than 420? Yeah. You think 230?
That's 507.
No way. I'm shook right now.
Really?
Yeah.
That was so easy.
You have to go up too. I'm like feeling good for both of us.
Really?
Like I have like energy that I'm like, I think honestly if I get 500 I will cry. I think I'll cry.
Tears?
Yeah, tears. Attempt number 2.
Okay, attempt
What's
number
loaded?
2. Let's load it?
I said what's loaded? I don't know.
259.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's go, Patty, come on. Woo! White lights! Yeah! Good job.
Thank you.
How'd that feel? It actually looked better to me than your first one.
It felt good. Yeah, it felt okay.
Yeah. It felt okay?
Yeah, it felt okay.
Our fate has been in hands of the spotters right now. So if we get a PR, it's because of you guys. Yeah. I feel like on a high right now.
I'll say 507.
507. Okay. Oh, I got this. Let's go! Fuck yeah, man! Oh my god! Holy shit!
That was super easy.
Oh my god!
Good job.
Did I?
Good job.
Are those fake weights? Holy shit! Oh my god! Dude, thank you.
He might be used to using regular pound plates. And with regular pound plates, they can be off by as much as like 3 pounds. So you might, and usually they're overweighted. So 45 pounds is usually more like 45 and a half, 46, maybe 47 on average. So if you're doing like, you know, a 500-pound squat attempt, that can easily end up being like actually 510 or 520 or something. So he, yeah, just using calibrated kilo plates might make it seem easier, but, you know, he was just using pound plates before that were overweighted.
Oh my god! I've been wanting that for so long. Like 500. Holy shit. Oh. Dude, Christmas came early. Give me something. You have the PR now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why do you seem so unconfident?
Because that was like insane. If I don't get it, it's going to be like,
You will. You will. You will.
yeah.
Yeah. Just have another sip. All right, Patty, third attempt. This could be a 1 pound PR, right?
Yeah, 1 pound PR. Potentially.
Let's go. Let's go.
I can't.
Oh.
All right, 1 pound.
I think she had it. She just gave up.
No PR.
That was good, but it looked like you, I think you almost like quit on yourself there.
I did,
It was
yeah.
coming up nice, and it was just, you're like, nope.
Yeah, I'm not used to the struggle anymore.
Good
Not
job,
used
though.
to it. Thank you.
Next up is bench.
Okay.
First attempt, 319 pounds. 3, 2, 1. That all good? What?
Yeah, that was good.
That felt smooth.
So what's the next weight?
What's the next weight? He's my coach today.
No, 330.
Oh, 336? Okay. What's your first attempt?
Maybe like 160.
You want to go lower than the warm-up?
Well, it's just because I'm not used to the pausing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Come here. You have this.
No.
You have that.
But this is without the bar, right?
Oh. Let's with
Oh,
the
this
bar.
is with the bar? Oh. This one.
Yeah, that's right. Some good camel toe.
Oh, good.
Hey.
Damn, nice.
Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Attempt number 2.
Yes.
Motivate me.
Think about your mom. You got it.
Okay, I like that. 1, 2.
Hasn't Will done a much better bench before?
Richard, it saddens my heart that you have not accepted Christ into your heart. I pray that our Lord will bless you and Jasmine with a child so you can seek and see what miracles are possible when you accept God.
Well, I have a vasectomy, and Jasmine is no longer in possession of a uterus, so it's literally biologically impossible for us to have children. So that's not happening. But thanks for the donation, Jessica.
Oh, that was grindy.
No, that
Yeah, I swear Will's done more weight before.
was a good second attempt. That was a good second attempt. I think so.
Was that a good second attempt?
How do you feel about it?
How do you feel?
I feel like you can go another 2.5 or 5.
I mean, if I got that third attempt squat, I could do anything. I could. I'm trying to think of something. I can't think of another analogy. 3, 2, 1.
Press.
No. Oh, I'm so upset right now.
Oh, look, you can see his wiener's pointing up. See that? What? Yeah, look at that. You can see his little wiener here. And then he's got these 2 little balls there. I don't like it when it points up. I always want it pointing down. Always feels awkward.
No, keep riding the high of the squat. 'Cause that was insane. No.
That was an epic failure.
No, it wasn't.
Singers Svaria.
All right. I will try to sing this as Sverige. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. He keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy. Wine, she's spitting out the wine. I forgot you left behind our favorite cherry red. Oh, love. I know this isn't love, 'cause I'm still thinking of you while she cries getting undressed. I never should have left. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. He keeps reminding me how good it was when we were crazy. In love. In love. He keeps reminding me how good it was. She keeps reminding me. Nights, I missed those faded nights. Staying out till morning lights. Having breakfast in bed. Oh, now he was laying in the sheets. The ones you bought for me. All tangled in a mess. It should be you instead. He keeps reminding me that you're still gone and still lonely. He keeps reminding me how it was when we were mentally ill. In love. Love. He keeps reminding me how good it was. He keeps reminding me. I'm trying to forget you in every way, but I'm still hanging on to the memories you left. I deleted your number with every text. Still trying to forget you. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. He keeps reminding me how good it was when we were mentally ill. She keeps reminding me that you're still gone and I'm still lonely. He keeps reminding me how good it was when we were mentally ill. In love. He keeps reminding me how good it was. He keeps reminding me. That is a terrible song, but thanks for the donation, Richard Coomer.
But nothing is impossible when you have faith in our Lord. This is what I hope our Lord blesses you and Jasmine with.
Well, your imaginary friend doesn't exist, and,
That ear-piercing scream is an unruly child on a transatlantic flight to New York. The passengers describe an 8-hour flight from hell with non-stop and nerve-jangling screaming and fussing. They even covered their ears to drown out the 3-year-old. His mom was overheard telling flight attendants he has behavioral problems. Passenger Shane Townley shot the video.
They need to ban children from airplanes. There should be like a cargo deck just for kids, and they should just strap kids in and like tape their mouths shut so you can't hear it, like below deck. But children should just be considered luggage. You should just drop your kids off at the luggage counter and then tape them up and then have them go on a conveyor belt, load them into the like cargo area, and then like just have all the adults sit on the like, you know, seats.
Kind of looked like she was used to it. He was climbing all over the chairs. He was just screaming, would not let up. He was running up and down the aisles. There was nothing she could do.
Before the plane even took off from Germany, the child's mother could be heard asking a flight attendant to turn on the Wi-Fi so the child could be appeased with an iPad. She was also heard pleading, "Calm down, honey."
Everybody was just kind of looking at each other like, oh, this is going to be a long flight.
The passengers sure were relieved when the flight finally landed at Newark International Airport after 8 hours of screaming.
I would have challenged that kid to a fight. Like, if a kid's screaming for that long, like, being that hysterical, I would have got up and told the kid, "Do you want to fight me? Like, why are you screaming like that? That's just fucking ridiculous. I don't care if he's, like, 5. I'll beat the shit out of a 5-year-old kid if he's acting like that."
The worst flight ever happened in August, but the video just came to light today. So what should you do to control an unruly child on a plane? We asked parenting expert Liz Stern.
You need to come on this plane prepared because you know that the baby is going to start crying, passengers are going to get upset, but you need as a parent to actively be prepared for this. Snacks are really important. To have snacks prepared for the baby or the child. Also a book, maybe a favorite book or a favorite toy. You can also try an iPad, download ahead of time the songs that a baby might like to soothe the baby.
Tips that could have prevented this nightmare flight.
Yeah, geez. Fuck that kid. Fuck that kid's mother. Holy shit. That is insane. Thanks for the donation, though, Jessica.
It's okay.
It's not.
It's okay. Now we're twinning. We're twinning on the third. I don't think that was very supportive, but we're twinning.
You can't fail.
Oh, I won't.
You're a bigger baby than the actual kid. Shut the fuck up. You wouldn't do that. I've beat the crap out of a kid before. This was years ago, but there was a kid that was, there was two kids. I was walking my dog, and these two kids started harassing my dog, and they were like saying, your dog's so stupid, is he gonna bite me, is he gonna bite me, and they're putting their hands next to the dog's mouth and shit, trying to get the dog to bite them. I literally kicked the fucking kid in the gut as hard as I could. He like got winded and started crying, and his one friend ran off. He was like scared that I was going to kick him. And then just to make sure the police wouldn't come, I don't know if they had a cell phone or something, I just walked around like an area that I wouldn't normally go, just so that like if the cops are called, they wouldn't find me. But I've kicked a kid before.
Yeah.
Attempt 2, 170.9.
Yeah, that was probably when I was like, I was a teenager at that point. So that was like at least 15 years ago.
Yeah. Woo! So, fingers crossed.
Are you confident?
Yeah, just fingers crossed. Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're confident, does it?
Yes,
Doesn't
it
that mean you're
does.
hoping?
Wait, do I just go? Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I forgot.
And some more good camel toe action.
Go, 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 go!
Woohoo! Golly, what a grind. Okay.
That was good. You actually committed there. So you didn't commit on the spot, but you committed there. You're becoming a powerlifter before our very own eyes.
I think right now it's easier for me to commit to bench than anything else.
That's very true.
Yeah.
I feel like we might both fail our third attempts together. Oh, sweet.
God, that was so
yeah.
fitting. Maybe I need like a little sprackle of chalk. Is that allowed?
Imaginary.
Okay.
She's got a really nice butt. Usually girls who get like lean and have ripped abs, like they have a flat butt, especially if they're white girls, but she actually has a big, like fat booty.
Patty, Patty, Patty.
Thank you, Will. Oh, God.
Press. Way up.
Let's go, let's go! Let's go!
All the way up.
Let's go! Come on! Oh! That thing was levitating for a little bit. Damn. We're twinning failures.
I had to twin.
Yeah. I mean, the second you unracked it was just like this.
Oh, yeah.
God. Well,
yeah.
I think we have deadlift left. We have to like.
My least favorite lift. Let's go. Let's go.
Usually at a powerlifting meet, you just eat between like your lifts and have
Yeah.
candy and have fun with your friends and stuff, which we're gonna do.
It's all a good time.
I don't have candy, but I brought some Wholesomes, which I want you to try. It's my new protein donut holes.
Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
So cookie butter flavor. It's like Oreo on the outside, Biscoff like filling on the inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
I love that.
Look at that.
Okay,
240
nice.
calories.
I can see the Oreo
Yeah.
aspect, but I like the mix. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Honest thoughts. You can bash it if you want to. I know everyone can't love it.
I think the filling like is setting this apart for me.
Really?
Mhm.
Okay. Well, I formulated it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
If you guys want to try some out, link in the description. Pick up some Wholesomes. Attempt 1, 485.
Those look like they can't taste good. Even Patty was like, okay.
you sure about that? Yeah? Okay. Okay.
You know what's fucking weird? I tried Lenny and Larry's cookies. The white chocolate macadamia nuts, that flavor is actually dope. It's just like a good cookie. I tried their chocolate chip peanut butter flavor because that was the only one they had in the store, and it sucks. Like, holy shit, it's bad. I don't even understand why they make any other flavors, like especially when the chocolate chip, like the white chocolate macadamia nut is so good. Yeah, it just tastes like you're eating protein powder. I don't know why they come up with formulations that suck so bad, but then they have like good flavors.
Woo.
Good job, Will.
Was that
Good
smooth?
job. Yes.
It was smooth?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't want to pass out.
That was solid. And beltless in the socks. Let's go.
That was our best high five yet.
Yeah.
292.1.
0.1. Okay.
That 0.1 is gonna make you struggle. There you go.
She's cheating. Fucking sumo.
I feel like I gotta get mad for a deadlift, but I don't know what to get mad about because I'm not a mad person.
The state of the economy.
Yep.
The birds aren't real. I don't know.
507.
Easy.
Baby power.
I'm actually surprised. I would have figured his deadlift would be way higher than mine, because I only got up to 500. I could have done more, but I held back. I could have probably hit 510 or 520. But just because he can like train lower body like a normal person, I would have figured his deadlift would be like pretty far above mine.
Baby power.
Baby power.
Baby power. Thank you. Ooh, it smells so nice.
Lavender.
Ooh.
You look like you got into Pablo
Thank you.
Escobar's house.
It smells so good.
Look at this treatment we're getting.
I know. Thank you, gentlemen
Thank you.
and lady.
Come on. Nice.
Thank you.
How much was that?
Deadlift form's a little sus.
Nice.
And by sus, I mean not great. Yeah, I don't know if she should be lifting sumo.
Come on.
Well, yeah, her hips shoot up a fair bit when she initiates the pull, and she got a bit of lower back rounding too. You can see her back actually break.
Come on. Nice.
Gonna have to ask you to rate the camel toe.
I gotta say, that seems like a good 10 out of 10 camel toe. You can see some nice, clearly defined lips. So, yeah, great camel toe. Thanks for the donation, Stabby Games.
Thank you.
How much was
I think sumo is such a stupid fucking lift. They should just... I don't know why they allow sumo deadlifting and powerlifting.
that? Oh yeah, 314. Damn. Pretty much 315.
Okay. Thank you.
I was like, no,
That's
like
good.
I was not confident in you. At the very. That's a coo.
What?
That's a baby coo.
That's a baby? Ah. Ah.
That feels so nice.
Do you
I
smell
just wanna
soft?
Snort it, you know?
Oh, you
Yeah.
don't do that.
Oh, it's all over my socks. How many kilograms is this? 240.
I have a feeling he's gonna miss. Oh, you got it. Ew, gross.
Oh my god, I like snotted out of my nose. It's in my mouth now.
Yeah, wait. Tissue.
How much is that? Ugh. Patty, I need a tissue.
I'm going.
Oh. That was 530? Yes. 2 PRs in one day. Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, it's mine.
Icky! Icky!
330.7 pounds.
You know, it'd be great if she like tries a max attempt and she pisses herself like super hard.
Be an all-time PR?
It will not.
It will not.
But it will be a PR for today.
And it'll be a kilo
And it'll
PR.
be a kilo PR, yeah.
Okay.
I'll be happy. And if I don't get it, I'll still be happy.
Good. Get mad. Come on, Patty. Come on. Go, go, go! Yeah!
Yeah, I don't think she should be sumo deadlifting.
Yay!
I had no confidence in you again.
Well,
So what we have to do now is we have to tally up our total and then
Yeah.
see how close we were.
I'm excited because I actually think I did okay.
I actually wonder how I did. My total was 1,373 pounds. What'd you put for me?
1,365.
Oh my God, that's close.
Yeah!
But I
that was
overachieved still.
close.
1,000.
Yeah.
Damn.
Good job.
I'm kind of mad at you.
What? You said you're mad?
I'm mad, yeah.
Why?
Because I thought you'd say I'm stronger.
Well,
Your total was?
979.
Don't get mad. You were talking such a low game when you came?
Well,
that's not my fault.
That's
your fault.
crazy.
I'm sorry. You hate me?
Yeah.
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 All right, well, that was the powerlifting meet. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up.
Well, that wasn't a bad video. Got to see some camel toe and acorn. Uh-huh. Alright, I think it's about time to play some video games. Let's see what we have. Yeah, I think we'll play Eastward. I wanted to do a playthrough of that a while ago, and we just didn't end up doing it, so let's play Eastward. I'm just gonna take a piss. Be right back. Ugh.
I'm not a big fan of this guy, but I'm just baffled by this reporter's question. Does she not realize that white supremacists hate brown people?
You didn't say that you condemn white supremacy.
I'm not. Let's see.
You didn't say that you condemn white supremacy.
I'm not going to recite some catechism for you. I'm against vicious racial discrimination in this country. So I'm not pledging allegiance to your new religion of modern wokeism, which actually fits the test. I'm not going to bend the knee to your religion. I'm sorry. I'm not asking you to bend the knee to mine, and I'm not going to bend the knee to yours. But do I condemn
She just asked him to condemn white supremacy.
vicious racial discrimination? Yes, I do. Am I going to play your silly game of gotcha? No, I'm not. And frankly, this is why people have lost trust. And I know you're going to go print the headline tomorrow. I already know this. We already know how your game works. Vivek Ramaswamy refuses to condemn white supremacy because you asked a stupid question. The reality is, I condemn vicious racial discrimination in this country, but the kind of vicious and systematic racial discrimination we see today is discrimination on the basis of race in a very different direction. You want to know what the best way is to end discrimination on the basis of race? Stop discriminating on the basis of race. Do that, and we're going to move this country forward. And I don't care whether you're black or white.
Ramaswamy is like a fucking retard, dude.
Or brown or anything in between. That's how we're going to unite this country. You people have been responsible for dividing this country.
Yeah, so the reason she asked that is because Vivek has supporters that are literal Nazis. And it doesn't matter if he's brown or Indian or whatever. There are plenty of non-white people that identify with white nationalists. So the one guy who committed the mass shooting in, I think it was Texas at that shopping mall, he was Mexican, and they found out later on his social media that he identified as a Nazi and supported white nationalist policies. So just because Vivek is non-white doesn't mean he can't actually be racist against, like, his own race. Thanks for the donation, though, Johnny boy. I'm a little peckish. Think I might microwave a potato. Okay.
Should I go straight for a day?
Well, that's entirely up to you. So, if you want to, like, eat pussy instead of sucking dick for a day, you can go right ahead, but don't feel pressured. Thanks for the donation, Gay Hess. Okay, I think that's good enough. I'll start a new save. I forgot how to play the game, so... This game is Eastward. Ah, fuck. Let's see. Dodo donated $2. What's this game about? Also, imagine if Biden said this, the GOP would call him a pedo till election day.
Trump once told New York Magazine about Epstein, "He's a lot of fun to be with. It is even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." Federal investigators had identified at least 36 girls and were still building their case when suddenly in 2007, Epstein made a sweetheart deal. This non-prosecution agreement allowed him to plead guilty to a lesser charge, just 2 prostitution charges in state court, and register as a sex offender. He would serve just 13 months in county jail. The deal also granted immunity to any potential co-conspirators. None of those people were identified, leaving many to wonder if
That is bizarre that they cut him that kind of deal.
other powerful people were having sex with underage girls at Epstein's homes. The deal shut down the FBI's investigation into additional victims and accomplices, and any chance of Epstein going to prison for life based on the FBI's own federal indictment that would have charged him with sex crimes.
I read the indictment. There was multiple allegations of sex trafficking, trafficking girls across lines, using his airplane to traffic girls, witness intimidation, and then all of a sudden it disappeared.
The deal was negotiated in part by Epstein's friend and defense lawyer Alan Dershowitz and signed off on by then U.S. Attorney in Miami, Alexander Acosta, who was former President Donald Trump's Secretary of Labor.
That's interesting.
He's supposed to be protecting these victims, and he was protecting Jeffrey Epstein, a pedophile.
And despite a federal law which says victims must be notified of this type of deal, Epstein's victims were kept in the dark until after it was signed and approved by the judge.
Somebody with money and power was able to communicate with the government in secrecy, in direct violation of the right.
There's so many people involved in the Epstein case, and, like, yeah, that seems really shady. There has to be, like, a lot of people involved that wanted to protect him.
Of the crime victims.
At his confirmation hearing for Labor Secretary, Alexander Acosta tried to explain his decision not to prosecute Epstein federally.
Based on the evidence, professionals within a prosecutor's office decide that a plea that guarantees that someone goes to jail,
He seems pretty
that
nervous.
guarantees that someone register generally, and that guarantees other outcomes is a good thing.
Meanwhile, in February 2019, 11 years after Epstein was sentenced, a federal judge here in Florida ruled that Acosta and other officials from the Department of Justice violated the Crime Victims' Rights Act by not notifying the alleged victims of the plea deal until after it was signed. The judge noted that prosecutors misled the victims by allowing them to believe that a federal prosecution was still a possibility.
It's scary because this is our government that's supposed to protect us, but has done everything to protect, you know, a pedophile.
This reeks of cover-up.
And of course, Anderson, the story did not end there. In July 2019, Epstein was suddenly arrested again, and this time he was charged federally. Those charges did include one count of sex trafficking of minors. He was facing up to 40 years in prison. He was 66 years old at the time. So while he was awaiting trial in jail, he did take his life. As you heard in our story,
Yeah, I have a hard time believing that.
we also mentioned Bill Clinton and Donald Trump. It's also important to note that neither Trump nor Clinton have been accused of any crimes or wrongdoings related to this case. In fact, CNN reached out to Bill Clinton, and his spokesperson referred us to a 2019 statement saying that Clinton had flown on Epstein's private plane, was unaware, though, of Epstein's terrible crimes. CNN also reached out to Donald Trump based on these new documents that were released, and a Trump spokesperson didn't really give us a formal comment.
Yeah, I have a hard time believing neither of them are involved.
Little boys' butts drive me nuts. Yes, they do. Oh yeah, baby. 777 quindecillion 777 quatuordecillion 777 dredecillion 777 duodecillion 777 undecillion 777 decillion 777 nonillion 777 octillion 777 septillion 777 sextillion 777 quintillion 777 quadrillion 777 trillion 777 billion 777 million 777,777 fuck ass gay fart knocker.
Well, thank you for that. Thanks for that donation, Jeffrey Epstein. Fuck. Okay, apparently I shouldn't do that. Wait. Can I turn off the generator? Oh, there we go. Let's see, donate $2. What's this game about? Looks low effort. Watch. Your child was murdered is a mass shooting. Trump's response, get over it. He can't get over not winning an Emmy from 20 years ago. What a fucking asshole. The fuck?
It's horrible. And to see that happening, that's just horrible. So surprising to see it here. But I have to get over it. It's horrible. And to see that happening, that's just horrible. So surprising to see it here. But I have to get over it. It's horrible.
It's a little bit of a weird thing to say. Gotta get over it. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo. Not exactly sure what this game is about. Apparently you're a miner or something. But thanks for the donation, Dodo. Oh. So. Oh, fuck. Never mind. Can we rig this to open that door? Maybe not. This game is Eastward.
That's right, bitches, Cat Daddy is back on the prowl. Lock up all your kitties because I'm trying to suck all the cat dicks in the neighborhood tonight. I got fever and the only cure is more cat dicks. I need their milk. Gotta milk those kitties. Richard.
Thank you for that, Cat Daddy. Appreciate you sharing. Thanks for that donation, too. Why didn't you pursue a football career? You have the right height and weight to be an elite tight end. Football is a horrible sport. It's stupid, and I hate it. That's why I didn't do that. Thanks for that donate. Well, you didn't donate. Never mind. Oh, there's another one over there. Hot dog.
What meds are you on? Did you know, this is where the Young Turks got their name from. Starts at 1:45. www.youtube.com/Greek watch?v=560
I'm on Wellbutrin, Lorazepam, and sertraline. And 1:45. Well, it's the Armenian genocide, right?
It filtered down and fell upon the Greek minority too. The sparks of genocide began smoldering as early as 1908 with the Young Turk Revolution. The Young Turks were a hyper-nationalist faction who believed in an ethnically Turkish Muslim empire. Their policy of Turkification left no room for non-Turks or non-Muslims, and soon every ethnic minority in the empire was in their crosshairs. In these last years of Ottoman power...
Yeah, it's so fucking bizarre that Jank named his news network the Young Turks. It's retarded. But thanks for that, Nation VG wants the D. Okay, I think that's all the infestation dealt with. Fuck. Fuck. God damn it. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Dude, I'm hungry as shit. Yeah. Fuck out of my way, bitch.
Our Lord and Savior Holy Jesus cough sorry, vegan daddy been too long. You would also kill it in rugby, but let's be real, the thing we want to see is you beat Eddie Hall in MMA. Bow 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 bow.
I challenged Eddie Hall to a boxing match because he was training for boxing with Thor, and I haven't heard a peep from him. He threatened me in a comment, and then I was like, okay, well, how about we fight? And then haven't heard a peep. I think he knows that I'm big enough and I have a better build for boxing anyway, where I could realistically beat him in a boxing match. Like, he's just too heavy, he doesn't have the conditioning and shit, and I have enough, like, strength and power to actually knock him out. So the risk of him losing is too high, and if he would lose to someone like me, that would be pretty bad. That would look really bad on him, so I think he's just kind of pussied out. Thanks for the donation, though, Axel. Appreciate it. Dodo9 you don't have to watch this, but it's insane how this kid going viral just for debating Trump supporters. I wish you would debate people IRL. like on politics on Trump and Israel and stuff, because your arguments would be better.
I have a genuine question for you, though. So when you see Trump take this evidence to over 60 courts and every court rejects him, and then you see people in his cabinet.
Every liberal Democratic court, because...
Sir, you can't do anything.
of dollars. Why? Because he knows how to work with the people.
How can you say he's just like you and I when you in the next breath say he's a billionaire?
What's wrong with being a billionaire?
Nothing inherently, but if you're going to be a billionaire businessman, you can't start blaming everything that goes wrong on the people beneath you, on your workers.
Who's he blaming?
Everyone in his cabinet got either fired or just called nicknames by him.
What you got to understand is he didn't have the right cabinet director. And if you don't have the right cabinet director to work with you, you got backstabbers, okay? Just like you have rhino Republicans who don't work with the Republican Party.
You're doing the same thing as Trump, though. You're making the responsibility on his cabinet director when he is the person that appointed everyone in his cabinet.
Yeah, where did he get the idea? The president appoints his cabinet.
Do so much. All right. How many times did they impeach him and they didn't get anywhere with it?
No, twice.
And why? Okay,
both times he got impeached, though.
This. Why didn't they go after him before he became a president?
For what?
For all the things that he was doing wrong, like all the sexual acts that he did against people, like the impeachment thing.
Well, first of all, they impeached him because of actions that happened during his presidency, and the sexual assault cases
and what did he
were
do
already.
What did he do that he had to be impeached?
Two different things. He withheld aid to Ukraine, and then he tried to incite an insurrection.
Well, what about Biden when he covered up all the money he was laundering from Ukraine when he was a vice president under Obama?
Oh my God, here we go.
Is there any direct evidence?
There is evidence, but we didn't get enough time because they were...
Oh, so there's no evidence, but I'm going to make the accusation.
Because they were impeaching him. You have to get a party together. You got to get a committee.
Okay, dude, MAGA people are fucking out of their goddamn minds.
On September 5th,
sovereign citizen finds out it's all a lie. You know what? It's actually really late. I've been streaming for over 6 hours. Let's react to this last video, and then we'll call it a night.
15th, 2022. Officers from the Broward County Sheriff's Department in Fort Lauderdale spotted a sedan with very dark tinted windows and an illegal license plate. Initially, the vehicle didn't stop before finally pulling over. Unknown to officers, the driver would claim to be a sovereign citizen and proceed to yell and spout a novel's worth of misinformation and legal-sounding snake oil, and that's just the beginning. Let's see how his TikTok legal degree serves him.
Lower all your windows, please. Lower all your windows. Lower all your windows. This is the Broward Sheriff's Office. Lower.
Yeah, let me guess. He's going to talk about the right to travel.
All your windows all the way down.
What is this?
Just put Belleville Park.
We're at Belleville Park. I don't have an exact address on a green Ford four-door. No Florida tag, and driver's uncooperative. We got a couple minutes out here. Lower all your windows!
I can't see, it's too dark. Driver, lower all your windows. Lower all your windows.
Hold on.
You have the window breaker?
Yep. We got a shield?
You have a shield?
Yeah, no, I don't have a shield. We need a shield.
Oh, by the way, right up.
Yeah, let's go.
Driver, this is the Broward Sheriff's Office. Please lower all your windows. Lower all your windows.
His window's cracked. It's cracked. But I can't see inside. Yeah.
Driver, lower all your windows. Lower all your windows. Place your hands out the windows.
Put your hands out the window! Both hands! Both hands! Keep both hands out the window! No, not without his hands.
Put your hands out the window so we can approach and talk to you. Put both your hands out the window so we can come and talk to you. Keep your hands out. Keep your hands out.
These people are so fucking
Keep your
stupid,
hands
dude.
out. Okay, go back. Wait.
Hey, if you can get front windshield as soon as fucking the door's locked. Yeah, I'm gonna smash the window. We're gonna have to I got it in my pocket. But someone needs to. Someone. Not a good idea. Put your hands out the window. This is the Broward Sheriff's Office. Listen, we just want to talk to you.
We can't talk like this. Yeah, do you have guns on you? You do or you don't? Yeah, we don't know that. Exactly. So keep your hands out so we can come talk to you.
And put your hands out the windows for me. You need to comply with my commands. You're not complying. That's why the gun's out. Yes, you do. Okay.
Oh, that's a rare one. So sovereign citizens will sometimes claim that they identify as a foreign national, and they think that means they don't have to abide by certain American laws.
Put your hands out the window.
It's for your safety and our safety. Just keep your hands out. You make sure you don't have guns. Yeah, I don't know that. How do I believe you?
Deputies realized that this sovereign citizen has every intent to be as difficult as possible, and they began to form a plan to extricate the suspect.
Someone needs to get lethal coverage. And I'll smash the window and we'll try to yank him out. Place your hands out the window!
Listen, I don't want to mess up your car, but if you don't listen, we're going to have to break all your windows. I don't want to do that.
Hey, wait. Lucy can get an eye. Lucy! Hey, verify his hands are on the steering wheel. Alright, that didn't work. You can't see.
Can you just keep them there for us, please?
Keep them right there. Just keep them right there.
We just want to make sure you don't have guns.
Stop. Don't reach anywhere.
I'm not letting you open my conveyance.
Sovereign citizens often use terms like traveling, conveyance, and foreign national to form a pseudo-legal argument that they do not need a license to travel and are somehow not subject to laws requiring a driver's license to operate a vehicle. But he'd soon find out just how far his legal arguments would get him.
I understand that.
I'm not letting you open my conveyance.
Okay.
Who are you?
This is the Broward Sheriff's Office. Listen,
Look at
do
how
you have your
you're
license with you?
approaching
Do you have your license with you?
I'm a foreign national.
Are you?
He was not.
Okay, are you able to unlock your door for me, please?
I'm not unlocking my door.
Is this your
I fear for
information?
my life. Look at
Sovereign citizens will
I don't understand how sovereign citizens are still a thing. Like, it's being... Like, I think I first heard about them when I was, like, still in my teens. I had to have been, like, 16 or 17. How in the fuck are they still a thing?
also oftentimes create their own identification, including licenses, birth certificates, and passports. Some sovereign citizens have even gone so far as to print their own currency. Several details indicate
Dude, what are they fucking thinking?
that the suspect is affiliated with the Moorish Sovereign Citizen Movement, which combines aspects of the Moorish Science Temple of America and the broader Sovereign Citizen Movement. Moorish sovereign citizens have been known to engage in a wide range of scams and criminal activity, such as selling forged documents, tax fraud, and house squatting.
And you are being recorded.
Okay.
I fear for my life.
Okay.
I fear for my life right now. The law is on my conveyance.
Okay. You're being stopped because your tag is not a valid Florida license plate.
I'm not
or any
operating in
license
commerce. I'm a foreign national. I gave you my identification.
Your name's not in it.
I gave you my identification. You want my information?
plate. Do you have a license?
You want my information?
Do you have a license issued in
the
any
law
of
is
the
right
50
on my
states of the United
conveyance.
States?
Something that has his name on it. Your
I
name on it.
just gave
I
you
didn't
my
see your name in it.
identification that has my name on it. It has my appellation on it.
There's no naming here.
It's the one I just gave you, man.
Listen, you need to unlock this door. We're gonna break this window. You need to unlock this door, or we're going to break this window.
I'm giving you my information.
I'm going to tell you one more time.
None of that information is valid.
You're violating international law right now.
I'm going to tell you one more time.
You're violating international law, man.
This is the last time I'm going to tell you.
You're
unlock
violating
the door, or we're going to break the window. Break the window.
You're violating international law.
Break the window.
Listen. Unlock the door. This is your last chance. This is your last chance to unlock the door.
I'm giving you my information.
I understand. Listen, we need a license or some sort of state ID.
I'm not operating in commerce to give you a license. I'm not operating in commerce.
Okay, do you have a passport?
License is for commercial activity.
Do you have a passport?
I don't have a passport. I have an international identification I just gave you.
Issued under who?
The 1508 states that that's a lawful identification document.
All right. One more chance.
I don't want to break your window.
Step out. Step out of the car. Out of the car. Out of the car. Put your hands behind your back.
Yo. Your other hand. Your other hand.
Give us your other hand.
Dodo donated $2. He sounds like I Show Speed. Also, he's that dumb. Palestine. Yeah, he does sound like I Show Speed, and he is about as stupid. Thanks for the donation, though, Dodo.
Was that so hard? Why do we have to go through that, bro? You could have easily just complied.
You could have just given us your information, and that's it.
None of this would have happened.
Take notice of the fake license plate.
Wow, what a fucking moron. Oh my god.
The reason the suspect was pulled over to begin with. It would be just the tip of the iceberg compared to what the officers would find next.
This guy is a whack job.
Fact check. Creating a bunch of fake flags does not give you diplomatic immunity.
Smells like 57 in the car.
A what?
Smells like weed in the car, and he's got a badge hanging there. I don't know what that is.
Dude, this guy is an absolute nut job.
They all coming out?
You said badge?
Yeah, it's bad.
Where? Let me see. That's a deputy badge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It looks like one of your badges.
Yeah, he's a U.S. citizen. I found him.
And even if he's not, still gotta follow the rules.
Yeah.
It's weird how that works. Hey, Monday, just go ahead and kill it just in case the engine starts coming in wrong.
Yeah.
The window document merely consisted of a declaration of sovereignty and a bunch of quotes from court cases taken out of context. In summary, it's comparable to a legal argument written by a third grader, and not a very bright one at that.
Where'd that badge go?
Still there.
I don't know how these people are still around. Like, there's so many videos of these sovereign citizen idiots getting arrested and shit. It's bizarre how they still exist.
Copy on the Signal 35 delayed attention to 11.
This is the cars?
The suspect was arrested, and a records check revealed that he had outstanding warrants and a suspended Florida driver's license. Once in custody, he threatened to put a lien on the deputies' properties and freeze all of their assets. He faces 10 counts with half of them for threatening a public servant and his bond was set at $1,150. Despite all of the suspect's legal ramblings and artistic expressions of national sovereignty, the suspect chose not to test his legal theories before a jury of his peers. Instead, he pled guilty to the charges. He has since been rearrested twice for misdemeanors, indicating that his sense of entitlement and ignorance of actual law has not abated. Subscribe.
That's funny. Alright, well, next stream, I think we'll play more of Eastward. I'm just too tired and hungry right now to keep playing. But hope you guys had fun. Big thanks to everybody who donated on Streamlabs.
Lover stuff VG. Although I am not vegan, I think what you do is awesome. Keep it up.
Well, thank you, but I am going to have to come for you and force you to be vegan. Thanks for the donation, Dank. But thanks again, everybody. Should be streaming around the same time tomorrow night, so see you then. Order a pizza? Well, it's too late for that. I am in the mood for pizza, though. Don't know if I'm going to order it through Uber, because they keep fucking stealing my pizzas. But sweet dreams, everybody. Nighty-night.